What's up, guys? Welcome to Bengal. We are here in Game 7. Yes, we have finally made it between Lionheart and myself. He is playing as Dutch. I am playing as Aztec in this finale of this unexpected creator best of 7 for basically came to with the ESOC tournament, putting us in a matchup in the round of 32, I believe it was. I believe it is. And here we go. This is game 7. We are putting our civs to the limit, our civ experience, and playing on a map with no trade posts. We do have cows, water buffalo to be exact, so out there trying to claim some of those. I've not seen Lionheart play Dutch very often, and I played quite a bit of Aztec in my day, not too much lately. And here I'm going for a little bit of a greedy start. Maybe not greedy, it's very possible, but it takes a little bit more micro, a little bit more macro, and that's actually causing me an issue here, where I am able to get hunting dogs. I'm gathering for that house, but these elephants have started running away very far, and you can see he was able to herd his a bit better. He actually has a deer patch very close as well. I'm not sure how much he's heard of that, but my deer are back behind the TC, and a little bit of extra walking time here, which is not what you typically want to do. And I'm trying to herd this other elephant to get a little bit closer so the vills popping out of the TC don't have too much walking time. And here we're battling over water buffalo. I steal it from him, I believe, and I decided it's best to just too much macro and micro in the early game. Let's just delete that. Typically I don't do that, but in this situation, I'm really trying to help my vills out here and get things situated a little bit nicer than it started out. So getting the 3 vills in early on, still on the ceremony for faster production. Gonna switch that a little bit later to a shipment, get the shipment curve going faster. But so my idea here in this game is basically be a little bit greedy with Aztec. I like to a lot of times go with the 3 warrior priest shipment first to get that XP curve going a little bit more, and then pretty soon after getting the next shipment, which is usually 700 wood, that I want to get the ceremony for more warrior priests and get, because the magic number, you want those 10, you want it as early as possible. You can utilize it in so many different ways for more XP, or when there's fights, you can put that on there and get a huge boost to your military. So that's the idea there. And so low on food, not low on food, but I don't want to walk, so that I'm because it's just so painful to watch. So much wasted time walking to these elephants. So I decided to just eat a water buffalo, try to age up quick, get that age up in queue, and then switch over to wood so I can start gathering for my war hut. So there we go, we're aging up. Switch it over to XP pretty quickly, and let's take a look over at Lionheart, see where he's at, what is his strategy. Let's take a look at his deck. So he's got CM, or well, not CM, it's Town Militia. It used to be called Colonial Militia, but now it's called Town Militia. Regardless, it has the same effect, stronger TC attack, and that is really good against rushes. So I do scout his deck, and I know that is definitely a possibility for him. He has Irish Brigadiers in his deck as well for H2 play in case that happens, and so I'm just not sure if he's going to go for an FF or an H2 play. So I'm watching his villager distribution a little bit and seeing if he's throwing down a barracks early or what he's going for. He could even go for, a lot of people nowadays are going with the logistician, I think it is, where you get a barracks and a help, and then you can go skirm help in H2. So just kind of watching to see what he's going to do. He puts his bank in the back of his base, nice and safe. And there it is. I got the 3 warrior priests coming out, sending villagers forward to build that war hut. And I also want to watch, because if he does go logistician, that help can potentially get up there pretty quickly and maybe deny that. So I was very cautious of that. Unfortunately, losing the scout there, I think I messed up which attack was first, and so I lost my spy, my little guy that can go spy, eagle runner, I believe it is, or I'm not sure what they refer to them now, but yeah, unfortunately losing that, and that's going to cost me a little bit of scouting. So again, like I said, going a little bit greedy here. 3 warrior priests, 700 wood. I am gathering gold for a potential rush to maybe siege down a house or something. Obviously, Dutch are pretty tight on their wood amount of wood gathering. Usually get it all from shipments. So if you can take down a house, it can really damper their villager production or just their overall gameplay. Kind of hurt them from sending shipments or getting another bank down. So it looks like Lionheart is going to send town militia, putting his third bank in the back of his base off of the 400 wood age up. Really, I mean, it's been a bit of a theme that I've been noticing while watching these games back and giving my perspective, giving Lion's perspective. He cuts vills quite a bit, and sometimes that can be really good. It can help you get things like shipments or units or another bank pretty quickly, a little bit quicker. So there is definitely room for that, but a lot of vill cutting for sure. We'll see if it works out for him in this situation. TC is packed with vills, one-shotting. I believe that was one-shotting a Puma, and I quickly realized, you can see here this 135, that means, or even this 112, that tells you that he has sent town militia. So if you look at the Aztec town center, 75 siege attack anti-ship. So when you see that, that's when you know that card is in. And as soon as I see that, I lost one Puma, and I'm like, all right, let's get out of there. I'm dropping off of that 700 wood, dropping a second war hut. And at this point, I'm aiming pure timing. I want to do a timing attack. I'm not trying to go in against town militia and get my army annihilated. So I'm going for the war priest boom. I'm at 6 right now, so working on the 7th, getting as many military as I can while not hurting my villager production and my forward base establishment. So back over to Lion's point of view, he gets his market up 3 banks. He's got 600 wood coming in. Again, cutting vills to get up to age 3 quicker. Hello. And this elephant is nearly out. Yeah. I'm gonna force him off there with a couple of mace, just in a good strategic location. He's removing one at a time because that's all he has to do for the moment. But he is up. He's going Exiled Prince. That is a fast age up. 600 wood. Let's see what he's going to go for with that. My guess is probably another bank and a military building. And there it is. 5. And now I follow up the 700 wood with 5 vills. That's what I mean when I'm saying going greedy. Aztec. Got the warrior priest boom going. We got 8 of them now. Just a few more to go. Lots of villagers, and I even got the 2nd wood upgrade, so I'm gathering at 0.7 per second, which is pretty significant rate, because I do know that I'm going to make quite a bit of mace, some coyotes later, and I'm going to need quite a bit of houses with the amount of shipments, military shipments that are going to follow. So this is the timing with Aztec. You can go really greedy economy early on. You get the warrior priest as many as you can, which is 10, which I'm just about to hit. You send the 5 vills and 700 wood, and then you can even send 600 wood if you want to push the timing back a little bit, and then you just switch over to XP ceremony, and you really start pumping those shipments, those military shipments. So looks like Lionheart is at 3 banks. He has a barracks and a stable. He does not have a shipment in age 3 just yet. Look at this. He's got lots of mercs in his deck. Pretty standard for, well, Bosniaks is standard for Dutch, which I'm realizing now that I've seen them a little bit more. They're very, very strong units. And he's working on, looks like probably a skirm Reuter composition. Take out his envoy there, so he has less vision, doesn't know exactly what's going on with me. And there, I'm also sending 600 wood. So, like I said, again, this is as massive of a timing you can possibly do with Aztec. Yeah, well, you could probably send 4 builds as well if you really, but then you're pushing back the time that you're actually gonna hit. So decent military as well. 26 mace, 9 on the way. Oh, excuse me, I guess they're no longer called mace as well. They're Antonin Slinger, slingers, mace, whatever you want to call them. Their effect and their role has not changed. So here we go. And we're going to get his explorer trying to snare my mace here. And he's able to get some good shots with a nice critical number of skirmishers. 10 of them. I believe that's just enough to one-shot. Actually overkilled a little bit. So really efficient numbers here. that's actually like super important. And taking a little bit of a trade here, you might be extending a little bit too much. Once his explorer's down, he does back up though. But yeah, when you're in the higher level games and when you know you just need a certain amount of skirm to one-shot any unit, you can just start making whatever their complementary unit is. And that's what he's doing. He's microing really well here, getting a lot of my mace for free. But I'm not too concerned about that because I know that, you know, if he's this aggressive right now, it probably means he's got some type of timing idea with his military that he's got on the map right now. While I'm still a few shipments away from hitting my max timing, the peak of my timing. So macroing for coyotes here. Lots of wood still has to. I do have to drop a few more houses. The military shipments are rolling in. Getting coyote combat here. Coyote tactics, I should say, for speed and HP. And then we'll have 2 more military shipments for the max timing. The max timing. Let's take a look. He went 9 Reuters. Lionheart went 9 Reuters. He still has the 3 banks. And he's getting some Huss in and some helps, mixing the army totally. And did he send? Oh no, he hasn't sent. Okay, it looks like he's gonna go for a mercenary shipment here. I was thinking he sent the church card so they can go with the red lancers, but that is not the case. But yeah, he's getting a good melee composition here to snare my units and whatever mercenary shipment it looks like he's gonna be sending here. Hopefully can get some damage done for him with some helps. Is it just one help? Just one help, but more helps on the way. Because melee units are very, very important to snare units when you have a high damage complementary unit like the Bosniaks coming in here. So that's going to be very, very strong timing if he's able to get some more units to support that. Some idle villagers here. That's all right. And here we go. Coyotes are still coming. I think he was probably expecting a bit more pressure throughout this game. He sent the Taunt Militia to try to negate any heavy pressure early. And then usually Aztec will have an earlier timing. And I think that's where my strategy in this game came into effect, where I was expecting that is what he was going to be preparing for. And to take advantage of that, I'll go a little bit more heavy on the economy early on and get a later timing that hopefully, because a lot of times people plan timings where with also their population and their housing, so they might not overgather and then might be popped for a bit. So here we go. We have lots of cavalry. We have Bosniaks and Hussar. Lionheart is here to push. He's got his helps to siege down the war hut or engage. Lots of slingers though. Pumas as well. Bosniaks are in there. One is already promoted, but tons of coyote. Let's see how many coyote we got here. 34, 11 Puma, 30 plus mace, and the attack dance is here, positioning the Puma and coyotes partially, and then finally I'm correcting, taking care of. Look how quickly these Bosniaks drop when you get the Pumas with the attack dance there. 5 times versus cavalry. Halbs do take down the first war hut, but reinforcing coyote and Puma and the mace are finally joining the party here to stop those Halbs, and he's gonna have to back up. Bosniaks do get entirely cleaned up there, and this is the timing. This is the mass, tons and tons of units. I mean, look at this. Just look at this crazy amount of units here. And Lionheart, does have Swiss Pike coming though, so he's got a nice power spike potentially pretty soon. He has to save as many units as possible. Oh, and he also does. Oh, he's sending the CM as well. The big group of Minutemen popping now a little bit earlier than he would have liked. Honestly, he would have waited. I would have waited a little bit. Skirmishers are popping now too. Oh man, if he could have saved this timing a little bit with a Swiss Pike, I don't think the TC would have gone down before they came. I mean, there's a decent amount of siege. It would have been close, but oh man, if he could have coupled that with the Swiss Pike, that could have been an amazing power spike, maybe just enough to hold. And at this point, we got a handful of Swiss Pike alive. The mace are taking care of them pretty quickly. And the Lion is running out of military here. His villagers are still gathering, most of them up in the top there. Almost all of them, actually. Yeah, actually, nobody in the TC. Yeah, nobody in the TC, wow. and get a few units out, but it looks like it's just not going to be up enough. That TC goes down fairly quickly. Units are getting picked up as well, and I do not scout this hunt, unfortunately, so he is able to survive there a little bit more. But there's the GG. Well played, definitely well played to Lionheart. This was an incredible series for me to play, and to play up against Lionheart. He played really well in so many games. I honestly thought I would have, going into the series, I thought it was going to be close, but I thought I would take the series, maybe just giving up 2 games, maybe even 1, but he started out super strong, playing a little bit more standard early on, and then introducing his classic revolt and FI tactics later. Whew, I need a drink of water real quick. Bringing his classic Lionheart gameplay a little bit later in the series, and I think he just kind of ran out of civs to play in this one, playing Dutch in a much more standard way than most people are used to seeing him play. If this was DE civs and he had all his DE tactics, I think this could have been a very different series. So it's unclear who actually is the better player. I would say that. I mean, I did win the series, but very, very close, and I think most of his strongest builds or his strengths are mostly the newer civs, which I struggle with quite a bit. So in a different tournament, this could have been a totally different series, but either way, I had a ton of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the series. Hope you guys are watching the remaining series in the ESOC tournament. They have it going on for the next few weeks, and it's going to be really fun. Some really, really good players, actually quite a few upsets going on, and I can't wait to keep watching. Maybe you might even see me casting some games. So hope you guys check that out. ESO-community.net. If you don't know ESOC already, you might be a little bit behind time, but that's okay. They also are on Twitch at ESOC TV. So go and check them out. I hope you guys enjoyed the series here and this game in particular. I'll catch you guys in the next one.